Hello, welcome to my lifestyle chat channel. So today I'm doing a bit of decluttering. In a previous video I said that I was saying that my son's dad talks a lot of rubbish, but the truth is that he does talk some sense sometimes, and he's been telling me to get rid of some of my stuff. I have a bookcase with some books. It's not many books, I'll show you that. And he's been saying to me, if you're not reading the books, then why are you keeping them? And he does have a point, really. He talks a lot of rubbish, but at the same time he does talk sense sometimes. I says I don't listen to him, but I said whatever he says, I just let it go straight in one ear and straight out the other. But that's not entirely true, actually. I do listen to him sometimes. Yeah, he does have good things to say sometimes, and he does give good advice sometimes, so I have to give him that credit. So yeah, at the moment I'm getting rid of some of my books. I am a bit of a reader and I do like to read, but lately I'm not really focused on reading, really. I found that I like to take in information. My mind is a bit, I like to information gather, but information gathering is not always conducive and productive to your current goals or aspirations. And I am finding at the moment information collecting, just collecting information for the sake of having it and storing it, some things you need to let go of. So I'm going to keep that one, keeping that one. These are some books that I picked up in a charity store that I live and at the train station, because I like to read on the train sometimes. But maybe that's why, because I'm not really I'm not going for like hour-long journeys on the train anywhere, which is usually when I do my reading. So that's maybe why I'm not reading that much at the moment. But yeah, I picked this one up and it sounded pretty interesting, but I'm not getting the time to read at the moment, so there's no point really on holding on to these books if I'm not getting the time to read them at the moment, because I'm focused on other things at the moment. From an unimposing factory in a small what's that called? Michael Ridpath, Trade in Reality. What's that? From an unimposing factory in a small Scottish town, Richard Fairfax is about to change the lives of millions, but he won't be alive to see it. Mark Fairfax is a city trader, sharp, young, ambitious. When his older brother is the victim of a brutal and bloody murder, Mark is left to pick up the pieces at Fair Systems, his brother's cutting-edge virtual reality company. Struggling to keep the business in the black and with the corporate predators closing in, Mark must learn fast and trust no one. And with his brother's killer on the loose, bankruptcy may prove to be the least of his problems. Yeah, so I'm pretty busy at the moment. I'm focusing on myself, so I really don't have the time to be reading these books. The Fifth Ballad. What is that by? Malcolm Rowley. When Detective Chief Inspector Sheila Whiteman was called to investigate the mysterious death of the world-renowned concert pianist Simon McCann at his penthouse apartment in Birmingham, she was not convinced it was a case of suicide the scene seemed to portray. So I think I picked that one up because it sounded interesting, storyline set in Birmingham. That's why I picked that book up, but I'm not reading that at the moment. E.M. Forster, The Longest Journey. I think I was reading, I've read like the first chapter of that. Yeah, because I've done English literature at college, so I learned about E.M. Forster at college, and I quite like his stories actually. I like his writing, but I've read about the first chapter of that. But I I ain't got time at the moment to be reading that. So I'm not sure about this one, whether to put it out or keep hold of it. I think I may just keep hold of it. This is a bit like some philosophy, the practice of everyday life. Some philosophy, I think. Who's that by? Michel Desauteurs. I think he's French. I've had this book for yonks because I want to learn how to play piano, but that's just not happening yet. It hasn't been happening, and it's just not happening. So I just need to let go. Yeah. So what else have we got this time? So just put that out as well. I bought this at the store. It's another storybook, but I ain't got time to be reading that. So what else have we got? Malta Agitato. It's about opera. I've had this book for yonks and been meaning to read it, but I still haven't got around to reading that. This is a really good book. It's a good study reference book, which is why I was keeping hold of it. But I've read that already. It's a really good book. But so I've got the title: Reconstructing Womanhood, Reconstructing Feminism. Writings on Black Women. The Destruction of Black Civilization. Yeah, I was keeping hold of some of these because they're good like reference books, but I found a lot of information can be found now on the internet. You know, you can just do a Google search, you know, or subscribe to something like Scribed and get ebooks, you know, on any topic that you want. So I think it's a good idea to free up some space and get rid of the old to make way for some new energies. So I used to I've been baptised with the Mormon church many years ago, about 20 years ago, and the missionaries at the time, they gave me this book, but I think I must have looked through that book literally once, maybe twice. What's that called? Contacts for stage, television, film and radio. It's a bit like this book, Writers and Artists Yearbook of the Year. It's very similar to that book. But you can find this book in any decent standard library. So I'm going to put that out as well. What else have we got? Greek Dictionary. I'm going to put that out. I'll keep this one. Oopsie daisy, wrong pile. Let's just put all these in. I'm going to keep this one. No, actually, yeah, I'm going to put that out as well. Just keeping hold of this one because it's got some good recipes in it. From Hare Krishna, the Prasadam. Krishna's eat Hindu vegetarian food. But as I said, you can just download, you can go and do a Google search now. And download the information that you're looking for. So I'll just put that out as well. I'm going to keep this one. This is D.H. Lawrence, short stories. Yeah, I like this book actually. I like the stories in that. So I'm going to keep it. I'll keep that one. Korean phrase book. Should I keep that or put it out? I'll put it out as well. Dangerous Book of Boys Things to Do. Yeah, I think I picked this up. I think in a charity store as well. It's got a lot of good ideas because my little lad, he's quite busy, he's quite active, and you're always having to think of new things to do to keep the mind and to keep them physically active and the mind active. Skimming stones, making a paper hat, coin tricks, building a tree house, Secret Inks, making a bow and arrow. I think I'll keep that one as well. So that's just a novel I started reading. I haven't finished that yet, so I'm about 3/4 of the way through that. So I need to finish this story actually. What's it called? Tigers in Red Weather. Yeah, I'm going to finish that story actually. Yeah, so that's about it for now, I think. So yeah, these are the ones I'm keeping. Keep these. Keep them. My son likes that story, so I'll keep that one. Megan helps the gingerbread girl. The Outsider, I'm going to keep that by Colin Wilson. I'm going to keep that one. Thesaurus Dictionary. Just keep those. I'm keeping this because that was a present from when I was in Venice. So I'm going to keep that one. It's all about Venetian masks and I think the history of Venice. Spanish dictionary. So I've got a Duolingo, the app, so to help learn to speak Spanish. So, and if you ever need to find a word, you can just Google Translate, can't you? Those are the books Those are the books I'm going to keep. Yeah, and what it is, I've got all my folders from all the time I've studied as well. Do my degrees and from like yonks ago, from when I was doing my A-levels and all my academic work from when I was studying my degree. They're all over there in folders. And I've been keeping hold of those as well. Reason being, because I've expressed before how I've worked as a supply teacher in schools, in secondary schools, and I've always thought to keep hold of them as reference for when I get qualified as a teacher and when I'm working in schools as a teacher, teaching like drama or teaching English and drama. Those are my subjects. But I think I'm just going to put those, most of them, I'm going to put them out as well, because the reason being, even working in the schools, you get the curriculum anyway. Every school has its own curriculum that they're working towards, like the national curriculum or its own curriculum. And they have a set scheme of work. So usually the work that you'll be teaching is already set as standard for you anyway. And then you have to work towards that programme. So many times the information that I've studied, it may differ slightly, you know. So there's no point keeping hold of those either. So I'm going to put those out as well. A lot of my folders from my academic work from the time that I've been studying. But yeah, like I said, you know, I do listen to my son's dad when he has good things to say. You know, he does offer advice which is in my own best interest at times, and I do listen when he you know, I wouldn't say he just wholly solely 100% talks rubbish, but yeah, so I've put those away in my trailer. I'm gonna go now to British Heart Foundation and hand them in, and on the way I'm gonna go to Sainsbury's and do some grocery shopping, do a little bit more grocery shopping for today's dinner. I'm gonna have today salmon, boiled potatoes, asparagus, some leafy green, spinach, something like this. Maybe some sweet potatoes cut like chips. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have that today. So, and I might film myself in the kitchen. So this video, I'm stating in this video, it's always good to declutter every 3 months or so, every quarter of the year, to do a bit of like spring cleaning and decluttering, and get rid of the old to make way for new energies coming into your life. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right now in this video. And check out some of my other videos. Check out my video clean up time, and I will see you in my next video. If you would like to book a session with me, see my email in my description, and have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Adios la clase, bye.